Hi folks, welcome to the channel and welcome to the Man Cave. So I recently purchased this used Triumph Speed Twin. It's a 2020 model and I've had it now for about a month and we're now August 2023. So the bike itself has done 5,000 miles or thereabouts, and when I purchased it, it came with the original tyres that were on it from the factory, and they were the Pirelli Rosso 3s. Although the handling was okay, it was a little bit kind of not brilliant. So what I decided to do was trawl through the internet and have a look at some tyres that I could put onto the machine. So that's what we're talking about today, is replacement tyres for your Triumph Speed Twin. If you're not aware, then the manufacturers do actually stamp the week and the year of manufacture on your tyres on the tyre wall. So have a look at the tyres and you can see what week of the year and what year it was manufactured. So looking at my original tyres that were on the bike, I've already taken them off. So the front one was produced on week 15, 2019, and then the rear one was produced in week 12 of 2019. So I think it's time for the tyres to be changed. So as I said, they've done about 5,000 miles. And of those 5,000 miles, I've put about 200 miles on the Speed Twin. About 5 weeks ago, I put some new tyres on my BMW R1250 GS behind me. And I actually, after some internet research, I actually put some Metzeler Torrance Next 2 tyres on there. And folks, they are a fabulous tyre for the BMW. So I then did some more internet research for tyres for the Speed Twin, and surprise, surprise, I've actually gone for a set of Metzeler Sportec M9 RRs. They were launched in 2020 and they are a replacement for their very popular M7 tyre. So I put the bike's details on the Metzeler website and it came up with an option of 3 tyres. So I went for the Sportec M9 RRs. Here's all the bump you need to know about it. Basically, it's a very good tyre in the wet and the cold weather. It warms up quickly. It's got a high silica content, which is going to afford you lots of grip, and it will get rid of the water should you come across a lot of water. And hopefully you're going to get quite a bit of mileage out of the tyres. So the tyres themselves, they have got a slick edge to them, so when you're leant over you get lots of grip, and then as you go towards the center of the tire you've got some channels to get rid of the water, and as you go further towards the center of the tire we then get the slick center section, again with some deep channeling to get rid of any water from the center of the tire. And then the tire itself is actually dual compound, so hopefully that should be good for grip and mileage. So as far as I can make out, the M9 RR is basically a fast road tyre, and you can go and do a few track days on it if that's your thing. It's worthy of note that the new 2023 Speed Twin is fitted with their Racetech tyres, and that is the Racetech RRs, and for me that may be just one notch up the tyre level too much, so I think I'm going to be more than happy with the M9 RRs, but each to their own. You've got to then decide, well, where am I going to get them from? I went on the internet and I purchased them from Demon Tweaks, and they were doing a special deal. I think they're still doing that now. I'll put a link in the description down below, but it cost me £237.50 plus postage and packing and any other tax that they're going to add on depending on where you live. Several days later the tyres arrive. First thing you need to do is just make sure they are the right tyres that you've ordered and they are not damaged. I decided to actually fit the tyres myself, as I've got all the tyre levers etc in the garage, so trying to save myself a few quid. However, it resulted in lots of colourful language, lots of blood, lots of sweat, and dare I say it, tears in the frustration to get them on. But I was more than happy once I fitted both tyres onto the new wheels, as you can see here. Ecstatically happy. Here's the bike looking really good outside the man cave in the sun, wearing its new M9 RRs, and I think they really suit the bike. They look really good. The only thing you need to do, folks, is get the wheels balanced, and I took them down to my local Triumph dealer, got them balanced before I fitted the wheels back onto the bike. All we need to do now is go for a quick test ride, and here are my initial thoughts. So here we are then, out and about on the Triumph with its newly fitted M9 tyres. So in relation to tyre pressures, I'm just running the recommended tyre pressures from Triumph. That's going to be 36 on the front, 42 on the rear, and they are cold pressures. Now Metzeler do recommend between 60 and 100 miles, that's 100 to 200 kilometers.
that you need to scrub the tyres in. Basically, in the manufacturing process, all the oils and all that kind of stuff, they come to the surface of the tyre, and that gives it that sheeny kind of finish, and you've got to get rid of that before you can get the maximum grip from the tyre. So I've only done about 20 miles so far, and what I will say is, before I changed the tyres from the Rossos to the M9s, looking back now, I would say I would give the Rossos, because they've done 5,000 miles, so they were, I think they were shot, if I'm being perfectly honest. I would give those tyres a, let's call it a 6 out of 10. And bearing in mind, I still have to scrub these M9s in, which have only done about 20 miles. I'm going to give them a solid, yep folks, that's a solid 9. Really impressive in the limited mileage that I've done. The feel is very good, even though I'm still scrubbing them in. Absolutely no surprises whatsoever. Very light on the steering. It basically goes where you want it to go, which is great. And going over different surfaces, there's no tram lining, so very stable. So let's go and find some twisty bits. So the M9 RR is described as a fast road tyre, and yeah, I think you can take it on the track and do a couple of track days with it, but obviously you might need the race tech if you're a bit of a track day hooligan. But for me, and for most people, I guess the M9, if you've got this kind of bike, super naked bike, that kind of thing, yeah, it's going to be more than enough. I'd say I'm still sort of scrubbing the tyres in, but it feels really nice. Very neutral on the handling, goes where you want it to go. Yeah, more than happy with that. Low speed, fine. One thing folks, I forgot to say, if you've got these tyres, the M9 RRs, what kind of mileage are you getting out of it? Again, put them in the comment section down below. In the confidence that they give you on the turn in and all that kind of stuff, very impressive. So Metzeler, yeah, it's a big thumbs up from me. Good job. M9 RRs, yeah. Fast road riding, couple of track days, can't beat it. Yeah, the 5,000 mile Rosso 3 tyres, clearly they were shot, and what a difference. It really is like night and day. It really is. It's like a new lease of life to the bike. Love it. Yeah, looking forward to doing another review once I've got several hundred miles on the tyre and I get to know them a little bit more. But yeah, folks, nice set of tyres. I'm more than happy with this tyre at the moment, bearing in mind I'm still scrubbing in for the next 80 miles or so. But yeah, really nice, handles very well, very predictable. Yeah, and I might not even have to change my suspension. I was looking at doing that, changing the suspension, but now I've done the tyres. Oh no, they looked alright, the tyres, the Rosso 3s, but clearly they weren't, as the bike is totally different. It's now a solid 9 out of 10. Well, that's it folks. Do all that YouTube stuff. See you again soon, ride safe, and I'm going to finish scrubbing these tyres in. Take care for now. Bye bye.